Hello, and welcome to Ivani's Blacked Out Stories, where fictions meet reality.
And today, we tap into the fictional story of the forgotten clown of the McDonald's empire, Mr. Ronald McDonald. So sit back and brace yourself as we explore the transformation of this beloved clown into a figure of fear and delve into the haunting tale that lies behind the mask of Ronald McDonald. Mr. McDonald's journey began with humble origins. In 1963, McDonald's franchise owner Ray Kroc was looking for a way to engage children and families in his restaurants. With the help of a local television personality, Willard Scott, the idea for a clown mascot was born. Ronald quickly became the face of McDonald's, appearing in commercials, on packaging, and even making personal appearances at events. For decades, Ronald McDonald has been widely recognized as the cheerful face of fast food giant McDonald's. With his vibrant red hair, big smile, and colorful attire, he has embodied joy and happiness for billions around the world. However, what if there was a hidden, darker side to this iconic character? In this story, we dive into the realms of imagination and create the fictional dark origins story for Ronald McDonald. The darker side to Ronald McDonald began to emerge as time abandoned him. The once bright and cheerful clown took on a more ominous aura, with a subtle change in his colors. The vibrant red and yellow that once symbolized happiness and excitement began to feel slightly off-putting. Some even claimed that his smile looked more like a menacing grin. Once, Ronald McDonald was a joyous figure, spreading laughter and happiness to children around the world. His vibrant red hair, bright makeup, and friendly smile made him an iconic symbol of joy for the franchise. But as time passed, his fame dwindled, leaving him forgotten and discarded by a world that moved on. Abandoned by the very children he had once brought joy to, Ronald McDonald found solace in darkness. The restaurants he once called home had long disbanded, its buildings torn down and the laughter that once filled the air silenced forever. Alone in his small, decrepit cottage on the outskirts of a small town, he delved into the depths of witchcraft, seeking the power to reclaim his lost glory. Hidden within the pages of ancient grimoires, Ronald discovered the secrets of dark rituals and sinister incantations. He practiced his newfound craft in secret, sacrificing the innocence of lost souls in exchange for supernatural abilities. With each dark spell, a piece of his humanity diminished, and a malevolent spirit replaced it. Word of Ronald's wicked transformation began to spread, and darkness seemed to loom and spread all over. People whispered about strange occurrences, children plagued by nightmares, and unexplained misfortunes befalling those who crossed Ronald's path. Superstitious rumors began to circulate, painting him as a cursed entity, a vessel of evil. One disastrous night, a group of brave townspeople, tired of living in fear, mustered the courage to confront Ronald McDonald and put an end to the horrors that plagued their lives. Armed with iron crosses and crosses made of blessed wood, they marched towards his cottage, prepared to battle the malevolence that consumed him. Inside his dark abode, Ronald laughed maniacally as he prepared an infernal ritual to summon demonic forces to aid him. The walls of his cottage dripped with blood-red paint, and the putrid stench of sulfur permeated the air. In the center of the room, a cauldron bubbled with an elixir of blackened souls and shattered dreams ready to unleash chaos upon the world. As the townspeople approached, Ronald McDonald sensed their presence. His once bright eyes, now dark and hollow, glinted with anticipation. He took hold of his staff, fashioned from an ancient tree, adorned with human bones and teeth, ready to strike down anyone who dared defy him. The sound of pounding footsteps grew louder, and Ronald, with a twisted smirk, stepped outside to meet his adversaries. The townspeople gasped at the sight of him, a grotesque reflection of the clown they once knew. His makeup had become ashen and cracked, revealing jagged scars underneath. His once cheerful red hair now hung limp and grey, as if drained of life itself. Clutching their crosses, the townspeople chanted ancient prayers, invoking the power of light and righteousness. Ronald growled, his voice distorted and eerie, as he retaliated with a barrage of spells, unleashing a tempest of darkness upon the crowd. But the townspeople would not be deterred. They fought back with reckless abandon, their determination ignited by the memories of their loved ones lost to Ronald's malevolence. With every swing of their crosses and every word of prayer, they weakened the grip of darkness that enveloped their once beloved clown. In a final desperate act, Ronald unleashed his most potent spell, aiming to obliterate the very land that had forsaken him. The fates of the town and its inhabitants hung in the balance as a titanic surge of dark energy filled the sky. But the power of love and unity proved stronger than any spell of hatred could ever be. A young child, filled with innocence and purity, stepped forward fearlessly, reaching out to Ronald with outstretched arms. This tiny beacon of light penetrated the encroaching darkness, reaching the fragments of humanity that were buried deep within Ronald's tormented soul. Torn between the darkness and the purity embodied in the child's embrace, Ronald McDonald let out a guttural cry of anguish. The skies wailed and the earth trembled as the battle between good and evil waged within him. Slowly, the remnants of his clown costume unraveled, revealing the pale and frail man beneath. In that moment of vulnerability, the townspeople ceased their attack, sensing the transformation unfolding before their eyes. Ronald McDonald, stripped of his wicked powers, collapsed to his knees, weeping tears of remorse and regret. He begged for forgiveness, his voice trembling with a mixture of guilt and sorrow. The townspeople, filled with compassion, approached Ronald and offered him a chance at redemption. They extended a hand, their hearts filled with forgiveness. Ronald, humbled by their kindness, accepted their offer, vowing to spend the rest of his days helping others, seeking to make amends for the darkness he had once unleashed. And so, Ronald McDonald, once a figure of fear and chaos, became the joy he was, and from that day one happiness became of him, and he moved one to live life with new laughter and happiness. And that concludes this story. And hopefully you enjoyed it. And if so, please consider my invitation to subscribe for more Avani's Blacked Out stories.